celebrate it.
Yeah.
No matter how old or young they are.
Yeah, I love it so much. Hey guys, welcome back to Clevver News. I'm your girl, Sinead DeFries, and I'm here with our very special guest, Alyson Stoner.
Hey.
I'm actually your guest. You've invited us here.
Yes.
So I should be thanking you so much because this is really cool. We're on set of your brand new podcast.
Yes, you are.
Hey everyone, welcome to Simplexity, where we simplify the complexities of life and bring a little curiosity and contemplation to meaningful and sometimes difficult conversations. I'm your host, Alyson Stoner.
So you're actually filming right before we got here. So this is like
Correct.
fresh.
Oh yeah, we are right in the flow and ready to go.
How are you feeling doing this podcast? Like this is your first venture into podcasting?
Yes, it's perfect. It's the best expression of what I prefer in communication, long form, meaningful dialogue, standing sort of as an intersection and bridge for a lot of different experts to impart their wisdom in ways that simplify the complexities of life, which is where the word simplexity comes from. It's the best thing I can be doing right now with my time, energy, resources, and passions.
So is there anything that you can tell us about the podcast that we wouldn't expect?
Sure, I think it might be easy to assume that with my background in acting, singing, and dancing that we might just stay in the media realm, but for example, the first 3 episodes will cover technology across the continent of Africa. We will talk about genomics, I think, in one of the episodes. We'll talk about uncovering our unconscious biases from a philosophical, spiritual, intellectual, and scientific perspective. And yeah, I think it's about curiosity, it's about contemplation, and the tagline is it's anything but small talk. I'm excited to be able to have a podcast that is my own, but I'm even more excited for all of the people that you'll get to hear and learn from. There are so many incredible human beings who have so much to say.
Is there any like dream topics? Like if you think about as you move forward with this podcast, is there anything that you're like, I have to touch on this, or like just something crazy or random?
Sure, using the word dream is a very interesting word choice for what I'm about to say, but I would love to have some live panel episodes where I bring in folks from very polar opposite perspectives, and we sort of find that middle ground on the taboo topics like religion and politics. Anything that helps us go inward and do, kind of clean house here so that we can all ascend and expand consciousness collectively is like my jam.
There is one thing that is so respectable about you, and it's that you have always kind of maintained who you are. And I just love how positive you are. And I think it can never ever be talked about enough. And it's so important for people out there, like how do you remain so positive, especially on social media when it can be seconds between nice comments and awful comments?
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I will say, I'm not sure if I'm always positive, but I have hope that there is something beautiful that can become of the negativity.
Yeah.
The best part about using social media is, well, double-edged sword. Algorithmic determinism creates that feedback loop. So whatever you double tap, you see more of, right? So if you ever need positive people to follow, go to the people I follow. But I have different platforms for different reasons. So on Twitter, I will follow people who I thoroughly disagree with on matters, and I know when I open that feed that it's going to be a little more volatile, like it could be a hostile environment.
Yeah. Which is like Twitter all
right,
all across the board.
But Instagram is where it's soul nourishing.
You had a music video come out that was very raw and emotional and real, and you cut all your hair off. So tell me a little bit about, first of all, that is a big decision. And I always think about Ruby Rose years ago. And I like sobbed my eyes out watching her video too, because I was like, what a personal thing to choose to do for everybody to see. Because it's so much more than just cutting your hair, obviously. And as you get older especially, there's a true significance in cutting hair.
It really is.
It's like this weird thing that it like clicks for you one day. You have a breakup, or you experience some sort of like trauma, and for some reason, for a lot of people, they turn to their hair, and it's almost like they're releasing like this weight, and I felt it. You feel it when you watch your video, and you're just like, it's one of those things that gives you chills, because you're like, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
So why did you decide to share that feeling with the world?
I thought it would be a missed opportunity to not articulate it in some sort of visually poetic manner, so that I could share with maybe a future family or just community who I am before and after. And I thought it'd be a little exhilarating as well. And also I knew then I would go through with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it would be very easy to just put it off and procrastinate, but if I, pre-produced a video and
once
said,
you get that call sheet, you're like, oh, this is happening.
Right, and I'm looking at our schedule and our shot list, and we're like, well, the sun's going down, so I guess the clippers are coming out. And I was gonna jokingly say I cut it just because the hair was in my eyes, but in a way, that's actually a metaphor. That old identity was in my eyes. It was clouding my vision for where I wanted to go with my future. Honestly, it has been so enriching and eye-opening to see people's responses, as well as just the internal transformation.
I remember this year when we saw you reunite with Missy, and it was one of those things that, like, we all happened to be the same age, like within, 24 to like 30, right in there. So we all know and like grew up with you, honestly, like, and it was one of those things where we were like, oh my God, Missy, oh my God, I'm so happy for doing this. And then it was like, oh my God, is that Alyson Stoner? What is happening? It was so cool. Like, it was so cool. Like, every single person was, what is happening?
Aww.
It's amazing. Like, I love things. I think it's just like also like a personal thing. Like, I love nostalgia,
yeah,
like
enjoying it.
And in this situation, it was like the purest joy ever.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like, you were so young too, like when that first video came out, but it was one of those things, like, I don't know if you ever knew it was gonna pop off like that. Because it was like, there's a reason people say, okay, like, she stole the show. Like, Alyson Stoner stole the show.
Well, now that you say that, I've got to step in here and remind everyone how important it is to focus on the fact that it was Missy's Vanguard performance, not Alyson Stoner's quick little appearance. I was only on stage for 20 seconds out of the 7 minutes, and I do think the moment was very impactful and nostalgic, so I can see why it exploded the way it did. But the credit always and forever goes back to Missy and Missy's creative team for having the vision.
Well, that was honestly like just such a cool moment, just for pop culture and conversation and music and art. And it was really awesome to like celebrate Missy, who was just like somebody that was just like,
iconic.
Yeah, and just like so like cool.
Truly.
And it's like sometimes it seems like the wrong word to use because she's so much more than that.
No,
but
she
really
epitomizes what that word, the standard
of cool.
I mean, she lives in the kind of Pharrell realm too, where you're just like, y'all are tuned in.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Is there any potential for any future collaborations with her?
Yeah, I would love to have her on the podcast, actually. Wow, on that note, press. Yeah, like, just cut. Just get out of this.
No, but seriously, thank you so much.
Thanks.
This was so much fun. Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Well, that was fun, and you can check out more Clevver interviews by clicking right over here, and then be sure to subscribe by clicking that subscribe button. That's that subscribe right there. And then be sure to subscribe to Alyson's podcast.
Absolutely.
Lots of subscribing happen.
Subscription!